has been happening more and more now with streaming services are canceling shows even after a season renewal. And even some networks and streaming services are canceling shows even though they have said season in the can.
And we also have 2 strikes going on that could really affect it.
Really affect it and then really be like, you know what?
It's going to be 5 years.
Never mind.
Wait,
it's going to be 5 years.
Sorry, this is a tangent. What shows were renewed and then canceled?
There was one on AMC.
The Walking Dead?
No, it wasn't The Walking Dead. There was like a drama show that they had filmed the full second season. It was supposed to come out and then they canceled it. And Star Trek Prodigy, a Paramount Plus animated show, had a second season. And I don't think they had finished the season, but it was in full production. I think scripts were written. I think animation had been done. And then they canceled it. And now they're looking for a home for that second season.
You know that happened with Clone Wars too, right? So Clone Wars, they did all the previs stuff for season 6, I think it was. This is before. This is when the Disney buying Lucasfilm had happened.
Yeah.
And then there was the deal with Cartoon Network, and they just kind of cut it right then and there. So it happens all the time, but like to Lieberman's point with the 2 strikes going on.
Yeah. I mean, what does a renewal really mean anymore?
I think it means nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real quick on the Star Wars Disney stuff. Have you guys been seeing that weird rumor of Disney is in financial trouble and might sell Star Wars back to George Lucas?
Now that is a wild. I've not heard that one.
I think it's completely disproven. It's just that people are. I don't know if the Disney financial thing is real or not, but people are saying that. Well, if there's a time that it could happen, now is the only time.
I don't think. Actually, you know what? I'm going to eat this statement, but Iger is going to be supposedly getting a bonus of like $27 million this year. But again, corporations do always make sure that their CEOs are taken care of, even if they're in financial ruin.
The people up top are always.
I don't know if that means anything.
They're always in a good
Disney's been kind of on top of the world.
Yeah,
there's not really been anything that they've.
It's true.
I mean, sure, Indiana Jones didn't do great, but as we know, that doesn't mean it didn't do it well enough.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of movies this summer have not done well, right? The summer blockbuster season has been
bad overall.
Underwhelming financially for a lot of these studios.
But there's a difference between underwhelming and, oh my God, the most powerful studio in Hollywood
dead.
Is in financial trouble.
Yeah.
Over, one movie?
Yeah. I mean, and Indiana Jones, I think, did better, break. It's not like they
I don't think they lost a bunch of money, and that's the same thing with Marvel movies, right? People are like, "Whoa, well, they're going to start being in trouble." Like, they're still making good money. They're still making profits off these movies. Now, the profit margins aren't as high as they used to be, right? That's falling, and they probably want to course correct that, and that's why you're seeing the comments of like Bob Iger. I think recently is like, we have too much stuff on Disney Plus, right? We have too many Marvel shows. We need to cut
Marvel
back.
and Star Wars. He has said
he's like, we got
cutting back. He's also said, with the Marvel stuff, that they produce too much Marvel TV content and that took the focus away from the films. Yep. So I wouldn't be surprised if, we're done with Marvel Disney
Don't worry,
Plus
there's
shows.
still 18 episodes of Daredevil Born Again coming next year. So.
Oh, no.
Thank God.
Oh, wait.
It's supposed to be totally different. The crew from the original one is all like, they didn't invite us back, so it's going to suck. And I don't know if that's true or not. But
I mean, we saw Daredevil and She-Hulk, and
Spider-Man, No Way Home.
And I thought that was the best Daredevil I've seen. I didn't like the Netflix show a whole lot.
I liked the first season of it, and then it just felt too dense.
Yeah.
And like very, very so. That's why I'm like 18 episodes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
There's a reason I don't like Law and Order.
Dun dun
dun dun.
Just bring it back to Foundation. I mean, Apple, their content. You remember when Apple TV first came out, Ravi, and you were watching shows like C?
Oh yeah.
And
what was the
Newsroom?
one?
The Newsroom?
Oh, Morning Show.
Morning Show.
I remember that show.
And Ravi, you were like very much like, ooh, this is like a shaky start.
Yeah, it was not.
Say what you will.
Launch.
Apple
Apple's turned it around.
TV has some really strong television, like Severance.
Yeah, Severance,
Silo.
for All Mankind.
I don't know if guys have started Hijack. Hijack might be the best thriller TV I've seen since 24. So much. I've had so much fun with that.
They also have some good comedy. They have some good comedy too. Like I really like Shrinking at the top of the year, the Harrison Ford one. Platonic with Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne was like a fun watch.
I couldn't get through the first episode.
Really?
It's just too much Seth Rogen. Like I think the guy is funny, but with that show, it's just too much Seth Rogen.
Interesting.
I was like, I can't.
That show's hard because they're very toxic for each other. Like they're like that's just like.
It's kind of beef-esque, but in like a funnier way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saving it to binge for some reason.
Oh,
now that
that's
I think about it.
I liked
I'm
it week to week because
"Ugh."
it like just 30 minutes a week with them was like just enough time, and then you could be like, okay, got my little fix. Now I can wait a week for them.
Also, don't they also have that after party show that everyone's been talking about?
Yeah, I've started
haven't
the
seen
second season, and it's just not. We like started it, and then we were tired, and we just haven't gone back to it. And I'm like, it's because it's like it's not hitting the same for whatever reason
as the first season.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Apple TV in general has some like compelling stuff.
And you also have to remember too, Apple TV being a international company can easily film their things outside of the United States.
Well.
So I don't know.
Doesn't is SAG international?
SAG is the Screen Actors Guild of America.
No,
now,
but
other guilds.
That's SAGA. SAGA.
I mean, there are other guilds like because House of the Dragon season 2 is filming still.
I think they
stopped
a while ago.
The British guild Screen Actor equivalent is potentially they're going to strike in solidarity with the Screen Actors Guild.
I think House of the Dragon stopped recently.
Yeah, if they have American actors, they wouldn't be able. Like
I thought they stopped during the writers' strike.
I mean,
Screen Rant
if
literally
you're in
posted
SAG, you can't just go to London and be like, "I work here now," right?
Right,
Or
but
maybe I'm wrong.
You can recast.
Yeah, I'm not in
Why
SAG. I'm
couldn't
only
you?
SAG eligible.
Oh, I think now's the time for you to join SAG.
Well, no, now's the time you should.
Sure. Now I have an excuse not to go.
Yeah.
To
So here's the
auditions.
article. Variety posted this yesterday. House of the Dragon can continue filming in UK amid SAG-AFTRA strike due to local union rules. So they can keep going.
So this is the end of Hollywood, as in they're just gonna move overseas.
So Bollywood's gonna rise up. Shah Rukh Khan will star in everything.
He's the next Captain America.
He's the new Tom Cruise. He's gonna be in Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 2.
Wait, doesn't Shah Rukh Khan also like cigarettes too?
Yeah, he's like a notorious
smoker,
heavy chain smoker.
Yeah,
that's America.
If you actually watch his earlier movies in the 90s, his voice is completely different than is like after.
Damn,
cigarettes will do that to you.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Don't smoke them.
Have you guys ever heard Miley Cyrus in an interview today versus like when she was younger? She's a heavy smoker too. She sounds really different. Even her music sounds different too.
I only like when your
voice also changes naturally as you get older.
It's more dramatic.
Yeah, that's why
for
people
Miley
complain
Cyrus.
about it. Harrison Ford in Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he did sound like himself.
I didn't notice. I want to go see it again so I can notice. I just was
well, it should be
by his face sliding off of his face.
Yeah,
just freezing like.
Well, don't worry. It should be out on Disney Plus any week now.
Any
I can't
day.
wait. I really enjoyed
Isn't
that.
The Flash coming digital like really soon?
Actually,
NFT.
Speaking of, did you guys see ABC is going to be airing like Miss Marvel on the network just to fill programming?
Holy shit! This
Bob
is the end of the
Iger
streaming wars, huh?
Hates streaming.
But it was his idea.
Was it?
He invested so much of like it was.
I thought that was the other guy.
JPEG?
No,
not
streaming,
JPEG, but another guy
streaming,
underneath.
He
Another Bob?
brought in people to help develop the streaming stuff. Like that was one of his babies.
Wait, real
That's
quick.
why I'm confused when it's like he hates, but he
I
was the
guess
one
you're-
that kicked it
I
off.
do think they brought him back. I mean, now we're just like getting into speculation on entertainment
Bold
moguls.
predictions, Disney.
But I do think they brought him back because they were like, Iger, you need to like fix the bill and like
Correct.
cut
Yes.
some stuff,
Right.
right?
Yes.
Clean up your mess.
But here's my question that ties it back to Foundation, because the last two CEOs of Disney have been Bob Chapek, Bob Iger.
Yeah.
Do we think they are Bob clones?
Oh.
No,
Brother
they-
Bob.
They don't look
Brother
at all
Bob.
like-
But it's the genetic difference, right? The original Bob, Walt, his genetic coding was different. was changed. But there's the rumor that his nose is frozen, right? Like underneath Disneyland or something.
No, his head.
His head.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait. Did you say his nose? Where the fuck did you hear nose?
You know rumors. They twist and change.
It's like a game of telephone.
Bob Iger or Walt Disney's nose is frozen under Disneyland. I love
Better
that.
than his ear.
Foundation. I'm gonna just say all the Cleons. That whole ceremony is exactly what happens with the Bobs of Disney. It's the same thing.
But Bob Iger is cool, and then Bob Chapek is a complete.
Well, wait, hold on, Lirin. Did you see what he said?
Did you see the young Cleon though? Like he wasn't that cool.
Yeah, but also
the one that died was pretty cool. I was rooting for him.
But with the Bob Iger stuff, did you see the CNBC interview and what he said?
I see them all. No, I didn't.
Okay, so Iger did come out and say, I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Iger did say that the writers and the actors are being unrealistic with their demands.
Oh boy,
fuck Bob Iger.
He's a CEO, right?
Yeah, exactly. He's a CEO.
There's no CEO who's on the side of workers. Not a single one.
He's like, I don't have to demand anything, and I get millions upon millions of dollars.
I get asked to come back and take on more money.
Yeah, these actors are just, if they're not getting paid, they're not wanted.
I think the CEOs want this strike, in like at least for a little bit. Like it helps them off. Like it's been reported for a long time now. All of these streaming services the streaming services in particular, right? With all these shows, they've been losing money, right? None of them have turned a profit yet. None of them they've all been building their library with the idea of like, we're gonna break even at some point. Like it's all gonna come together. At some point. It hasn't happened yet, right? Like Netflix has always operated in a huge deficit. Apple TV, because they signed those huge deals with all the like talent and different production companies, huge deficit to start. Disney Plus, huge deficit, right? Mm-hmm. Especially when you look at like the early budgets for some of the, like Falcon and the Winter Soldier had $120 million budget for that show.
Nothing recoups costs like producing no content whatsoever. Like, I mean,
well, no, it's tax write-offs, but
for what? They're not.
Well, they can because
they
it's
can't make anything
product. Can't they write like things that they don't put out?
And the very reason that the strikers are striking is so that they can get residuals on streaming, or that's one of the main reasons. So this is actually going to lose them a crap ton of money.
Well, I mean,
there's nothing. Higher residuals.
There's nothing though in place currently that allows them to get, decent or comparable residuals to if it was on like cable television. Yeah. But if they all of a sudden go and they just say, you know what, fuck it, not as much content on stream, or just fuck the streaming model and just get rid of it, go back to the more traditional thing, then the residuals on streaming would be a moot point.
I mean, you're already seeing it, right? Like with Max, they're selling off content to make money, right? Like they're just taking content off and selling it to other streaming companies so they can make money. Because they're like, we're not making money with this on our streaming service, so give us the upfront money so we can make some money, right?
Just put everything on Apple TV.
If they're paying actors after the strike residuals, they're going to make even less money off of streaming.
But they're not, at least at this moment.
Well, they're not going to make any money if there's no content.
I think they feel like they can, right? They feel like maybe we have enough content that people will just pay for it.
I mean,
if your content, I haven't heard.
But if your content is losing money, right, then you're better off not making any content, because then you're not making or losing money.
No, then they're going to lose subscribers because they're not putting out any new content, so people will start canceling.
But here's the thing, you're right. But if they get rid of streaming completely, if they're spending more money than they're bringing in, they're at a loss. If you get rid of streaming, yes, they lose all the subscribers, but they won't be operating in the red. They won't be spending more money than they're bringing in for that product. So maybe this is like get rid of streaming, go back to cable television. To at least
back to reality
everyone was
TV
getting paid.
And sports. And
at least everyone at that point was getting paid, right?
That blows. No. I don't think so, but I'm not a
financial
person.
I'm not saying that's what I want.
I think you just stop like, why not just cancel Max? Why not just stop doing Max? If you're, you know what I mean? Like, if they really wanted to go back, they wouldn't need to orchestrate this whole strike. They would just stop their streaming companies.
I'm not saying it's a conspiracy theory to get rid of streaming.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that that's it's like, well, the strike is giving the CEOs and the people who are losing money or whatever time to sit there and think and be like, oh, you know what? Instead of losing money, we can just be not losing that much money by axing this whole thing.
I mean, I suppose that doesn't compute in my brain, but I'm not a financial analyst or a CEO.
Have you guys heard of the lizard people?